Hey guys, it's MADgiKIll here, and I'm bringing you the next installment in the Halo Wars series. I apologize, it's been a while since I uploaded. Anyways, so this time I'm doing the colony. So right off the bat, I'd buy the Skitterer. I don't really care for the first two abilities, but the Skitterer is just nice as a cheap unit. It's not very good, but at least it's cheap, and you can build it early on in the game if you would like. And you can attach it to your infantry squads, which is nice, your big grunts, so you can actually make some pretty good units just off of that. Start off with the same base building you've always done. Yeah, harvester, then an extractor, and yeah, just keep continuing with that. Build a extra grunt. They added that you start with a third grunt squad, so now you only need to build one, which helps out quite a bit, as you all know. Alright, so, yep, just continue with the same thing. Build another harvester, and then a third harvester, and don't upgrade the harvester until you've upgraded the extractors. Alright, and remember, when attacking the nodes, don't send a grunt squad to capture one. You want to destroy all of the forerunners, I mean all of them, before you capture the node, because the grunts will not attack the forerunners if they are currently capturing the node. Alright, so after you do that, save your resources, build another extractor, and then start using energy to upgrade your harvesters and the second extractor you built. If there's a mini base area around, you might want to go grab that. I would hold off just a little bit longer until you get all of your units built up here, all of your buildings upgraded, to go buy a second base. But feel free to go buy a mini base, as I am doing right here. They're great. The building I usually like building is one that can stand alone, is the War Council. I like having the War Council just kind of separate from the main base and everything. It's up to you, whatever you want to build. I like having to be able to build my hero in a separate place than my base, so just, I don't know, personal preference. Don't forget to keep grabbing resources around the map, as I'm doing there when your units aren't doing too much. Any little bit helps. Alright, so build my War Council. That way I can start building my hero, which personally at the colony I really like his hero. He's just really good. I like to put the sensor network at the front and then one turret at the front. Alright, sending the grunts to go capture more nodes, because they provide power, and power is very helpful. Alright, build my hero. Alright, so the next thing I'd get with the upgrade tree is the Forerunner healing. The healing ability is really nice. The Forerunners are really good at healing. Sorry, not Forerunners. The Engineers. The Engineers, what am I saying? The Engineers are really good at healing. They come in and just heal an area. Personally, that's one thing I really like about Colonies. He has a lot of good healing abilities. Alright, so getting the tank out. And what's special about the tank is that he is really, really tanky. He has a lot of health. He can siphon health, and then he can taunt. So not only is he a formidable thing to deal with, he can actually force enemy units to attack him, which is really nice. And then his final upgrade is that when they're taunted to him, they deal less damage than they normally would. So not only does he have a lot of health, but he can force them to deal less damage. That's a really big advantage. And then meanwhile, you're just ripping through their guys with your units, your stronger ones. Alright, so I'd upgrade the base to its next level in order to start buying upgrades and stuff. Personally, with the colony, I like to go after a Hunter Elite blend with a couple Goliaths thrown in. I'll explain what a Goliath is later. But other than that, the hunters and the elites are just your standard 2 units for any of the banished forces. This is just the same strategy from the first Halo Wars where you did hunters and jackals. It's basically you're really good against infantry because you have the anti-infantry. You're really good against vehicles because you have the anti-vehicle. But you're kind of weak on air. With the hero, you are able to attack air, and he is pretty decent at it. And the elite rangers are also able to attack air, but it's definitely not your strong suit. I would try to avoid air if I could. That being said, it's not always possible. But a few air units you won't fare badly against. It just try to use your tanking ability with the hero to maximize it, and then pull your hunters out if you're attacking air. If there's only air around, the hunters will sit there and do nothing. And at least you're going to make them choose between attacking the units that are hitting them or attacking the units that are running away that would destroy their bases more quickly and their vehicles. So always put a shield generator. Every banished base needs a shield generator. That is a must. Alright, so see, there's the tank, and he's really slow. So just keep that in mind when trying to move him around. You want to make him move where you want him ahead of time. Just kind of keep upgrading him, and just keep building infantry units. Don't worry about upgrading them right now. The upgrades are pretty decent, but better to have more infantry out than strong infantry because the infantry are weak as is. Keep upgrading your hero, but also don't forget to get advanced logistics. That is one of my favorite upgrades, simply because you can, especially with infantry, you can pump out infantry so fast. If you wait and build up your resources, you can send your army in, destroy a base, maybe 2, your army gets decimated. Within a couple minutes, you can turn around. A minute, 2 minutes, turn around and have an army if you have advanced logistics maxed out, like advanced logistics 3, simply because infantry builds really quickly. And then you boost that 45%. That they are ridiculous. You should watch Marines build when they have 45 logistics. It's just insane. Wolverines on Forge, man. Advanced logistics, and then his I can't remember the name of it, the vehicle one. Man, they build as fast as Marines do. It's insane. Anyways, I'm digressing. Alright, so in second base, I always like to build 2 harvesters and 1 extractor. Again, this is if you're doing the hunters and elites. If you're going banshees, don't worry about extractors. I'd have at least 2, but I wouldn't build more than that. Banshees are only supplies, and they only have 1 upgrade. So I wouldn't stress too much about power if you're trying to do banshees. But if you're doing vehicles, or if you're doing infantry really do require a lot of power. You need a balance of power and supplies. Then I would build more extractors, like I am doing so here. Alright, so I'm getting a pretty good little elite hunter army going on here. I'm getting advanced logistics, working on it. Personally, I like to refill my army more quickly than I would rather than having a big army. You could very well potentially flip your army around. You could go straight from infantry to vehicle if you wanted to with advanced logistics. With reinforcements, yeah, sure, you can have a big infantry army, but if that thing gets destroyed, you're not going to have much turnaround time to pump something else out. And that's what I find is important. So alright, I'd build another raid camp, and this one is going to be for upgrading your infantry. Don't forget to put a shield generator. Once you get that first upgrade for the base, you can start doing that. Yep, and just keep keep slowly building up your army. Don't worry about the skitterers. As I said, they're more like, all right, I need an army quick. So I'm going to build, you know, a bunch of grunt squads and a bunch of skitterers. Skitterers do take a while to build. They're not very quick, but they're cheap. They're 200 resources and 10 energy. They're cheap. And then you can attach them. So what thing that's nice is, let's say your infantry moves in and then you start retreating and you have some skitterers on attached to them turret-wise. They can actually fire at the units behind the grunt squads. So it's decent. They're nice. It's just don't overdo it if you decide to use them. Alright, get reinforcements. Alright, I'm going to move my army up to my second base just to kind of put them as a buffer between my two bases and the enemy. I kind of wish the Elite Rangers had an upgrade. It'd make them a little better of a unit. They're not as good as the Jackals, but again, the Jackals were just insane when it came to destroying stuff. Alright, yep. Just keep working your way through, building up your units. Alright, I'm going to go capture these nodes since they took them. Get to see some combat here. You'll actually get to see how I fare against air. You'll see how it works. So I'm starting to upgrade the Goliaths there. So I'll explain Goliaths because I'm going to start building them in a minute. They're like hunters that are single. They don't have a pair. And they don't have cannons. They're just big brutes that hit things. They don't have weapons. Like, they literally just punch them. So basically, they're only good against buildings. So I would only put max 5 in an army. Sometimes I do 4. Sometimes I don't go beyond 5. It depends on if I'm going to try to defend a little more than attack. But if you're going straight for an enemy base, then I'd put 5 in there. Because they are definitely good at destroying bases. The only thing is you can't use their Y ability against buildings, turrets, only units. So I usually don't even bother using it. I just go straight for the base. If it's infantry, I'll let the elites handle it. If it's vehicles, the hunters will handle it. If it's air, you might be kind of jacked. But the elites will at least hurt them. Just use your engineer healing ability and use your taunt ability to help, and then use your hunter beam to also help. As you can see, I'm frying vehicles pretty easily here. Air's going down decent. I mean, it could be better. See, those are Goliaths. Those are just the big mofos. And yeah, good at destroying bases. Getting advanced logistics 3. Woot woot. Alright, just keep moseying on through. So that's his final ability, where his taunt is increased and they deal less damage to him. The area of effect is increased and they deal less damage. I mean, with the hunters, just look how fast the buildings go down. With just hunters, the Goliaths haven't even gotten there yet. So definitely a good strategy to go. I only have 1 Goliath there, I think. Yep, and then just keep destroying the base. Alright, I don't know if you saw it there, but I got Hardened. I really like that he has Hardened. Hardened allows units to gain veterancy more quickly, and that's an extremely helpful ability, especially with him, because if units stay alive with his ult, they heal, even during combat. So not only does that make tanks better, like enemies that are designed to take damage. But like that just helps everybody. By the time your army reaches the next base, it's going to be healed up. You don't even have to do anything. So with Hardened, you destroy a base, half your army survives, they're half weak. You move to the next base, they're already healed up. You have half an army fully healed, and they gotta be, if they're not veteran, they're close to being veteran. So, and then half of that army, so you have a quarter of what you originally had. Meanwhile, you're back at your base, you're pumping stuff out. You're pumping units out to refill. After that, they're going to be so high veteran, it's ridiculous. Whatever survives. Even if it's like 3 hunters, you're going to have 3 highly veteran units. And then you probably built units and sent them in during that fight. So you probably have other units have, one veterancy. Maybe 2. And it just starts making for a deadly combo because you can just go through and destroy. And you can see I got the final ability, so all my units are healing now. And look at that, they're already like all healed. And I haven't even added more units. Like I've still got a pretty decent army. And it's pretty awesome. And I personally, I really like the colony. He's my new favorite banished leader. I really like the shipmaster, as you all know, but I've been playing as the colony a lot lately. Stay tuned for my next Halo Wars video. And I've got another little video series coming. I'll try to keep up on that one. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Right down below, there's the subscribe button right there. I really appreciate it. And yeah, just keep on playing Halo Wars. We need to show this community that we like Halo Wars. I saw on Best Buy's website the other day, it's $30. I don't know if they're running a special sale or what, or if the price dropped, but it's $30 on Amazon as well. And that's great for us because we can go buy the game cheaply, but I also fear that shows the game isn't selling well. So please like, share, show the community we like Halo Wars and we're here to go it. Keep a lookout on that Awakening DLC. Excited for that. I'll be covering that when it comes out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Check in for my next video.